Do you see two men walking in the dark night? It are Simon Peter and another disciple. At a distance they are following Jesus, who is arrested by the soldiers. They see that they bring Jesus to the high priest's courtyard. The other disciple is known to the high priest. He goes with Jesus into the high priest's courtyard, but Peter has to wait outside at the door. Then the other disciple comes back to the door. He speaks to the servant girl on duty there. Then Peter can also come in. The servant girl asks Peter, "You aren't one of this man's disciples too, are you?" Peter replies, "I'm not." "Oh, Peter, what are you doing? Are you denying that you belong to Jesus?" It is cold in the high priest's courtyard. The servants and officials have kindled a fire in the middle of the courtyard. They sit around it to keep warm. Peter also is sitting with them, warming himself. Meanwhile, the high priest questions Jesus about his disciples and his teaching. Peter wants to see the outcome. Another servant girl sees Peter seated there in the firelight. She looks closely at him and says, "You also were with Jesus." But Peter denies it again, this time even with an oath. "Woman, I don't know him. I don't know or understand what you are talking about," he says. Do you remember Jesus' words to the disciples that they would all fall away? Do you remember that Peter had declared, "Even if all fall away, I will not"? Do you remember that Peter insisted, "Even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you"? And now, what is he doing? Why? Is he so scared that the soldiers will do something to him as well? About an hour later, one of the high priest's servants, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, challenges him. "Didn't I see you with Jesus in the garden?" Another asserts, "Certainly this fellow was with Jesus, for he is also from Galilee." The people standing around Peter say, "Surely you are one of his disciples. Your accent gives you away." Again Peter denies it. He begins to call down curses. He swears to them and says, "Man, I don't know what you are talking about. I don't know the man." Just as Peter is speaking, the rooster crows. Jesus turns and looks straight at Peter. Then Peter remembers the word the Lord had spoken to him. "Before the rooster crows today, you will disown me 3 times. Now Peter realizes what he has done. He knows that he has made Jesus very sad. He knows he is a sinner. Do you know that from yourself as well? What can you do when you realize that you are a sinner? Well, confess your sins to Jesus. He can save you. That's why he is suffering. He wanted to take the punishment that we deserve. Do you see what Peter does? He breaks down. He goes outside and weeps bitterly.